Hi and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me. So today's workout, I thought I would take you through a nice slow sequence, and this is probably more geared towards the ladies. Maybe it's that time of the month you're feeling a bit bloated, or generally just not feeling yourself. This is a great Pilates flow, nice and gentle, and you can really just stretch out the body, breathe, and just take a few minutes for yourself. So let's get started. Starting in the standing position, I'm just going to move back slightly off the mat, feet underneath the hips, and we're just going to find this nice tall posture, drawing up through the legs. Keep the knees soft, so try not to lock back in those knees, just relax the knees, pelvis in a neutral position, so you can just take a few gentle tips forward and back of that pelvis. And just start to deepen the breath slightly. And just come to a nice neutral position through the pelvis, lengthening up through those abdominals. Just roll the shoulders back, just so we're standing nice and tall, lengthen through the neck, chin parallel with the floor, and just drawing up through the crown of the head. Find this really nice long tall posture. Take a nice deep inhale breath, filling into the sides of the body, filling into the back. Allowing the arms just to stretch down by the sides. Close the eyes if you want to. Inhale breath. And exhale, just gathering the ribs, gently feeling those abdominals and pelvic floor muscles there. We're going to reach the arms out and up. Inhale, reaching the arms, open the chest, stretch up towards the ceiling, and exhale, relax everything back down. You can nod the chin slightly down if you want to. Inhale, reach, open the chest, arms right out to the side, and then exhale. Just relax, standing into those feet. Inhale, breath, stretch, open those arms. And exhale. One more here. Inhale, breath. Reach those arms out. And exhale. Good, and just roll those shoulders. We're going to come to the end of the mat. You can stand any way you want. You might be doing it forward. I'm going to do it side. So just again, gather those feet underneath the hips. Take a nice deep inhale breath, making sure the pelvis is in neutral. The knees are soft. We're lengthening through the body. Just gently bringing those abdominals in as we exhale, nod the chin down towards the chest. Lift up and over those legs as you roll down. Lifting the abdominals the whole time. And just allow the spine to move, the vertebrae to separate, and then exhale brings us back up. We stack through the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, bringing that pelvis back. Inhale at the top, nice and slow. Exhale, nod the chin towards the chest, lift up and over through those abdominals, and just gently allowing the body to curl and roll down towards the floor. Keep the chin tucked in. Exhale, breath draws you back up through those abdominals, all the way up. Inhale at the top, open out the chest. Exhale, breath. Coming down, lifting those abdominals, lengthening through the back of the legs. Find that stretch. And exhale, breath brings us all the way back up. We've got one more here. As we roll down, exhale, nod the chin towards the chest, rolling down, and just gently make your way down onto the mat into a seated position. So just coming down into a seated position, you can sit any way you want to. You can cross the legs, or you can take it into a long frog, whatever feels comfortable for you, as long as we can keep the pelvis in a neutral position, the seat bones down into the mat. And we're just going to take a few breaths here. Inhale breath, we're going to reach the hands behind the head, Interlock those fingers, bring the ribs in as we exhale, gently allowing the weight of the head just to come forwards as we roll through the upper body. Exhale down, engage gently through the abdominals, and inhale, pushing the head back into the hands as we lift back up. And again, exhale, breath. And inhale, restack. Opening out those elbows, pushing down into the seat bones, just gently working through the spine, just for some nice mobility through the spine, just gently stretching out as you draw the head back up, pushing the head back into the hands. One more here. Not forcing the head with the hands, just gently pressing as you curve forward, and then again gently pressing as you restack all the way up. Good, and we're just going to gently take the elbow down towards the side. Exhale, breath, just come all the way back up, nice and gently. Listen to your body. Keeping those seat bones down, just stretching through the side of the body. Inhale, nice deep breath. Just looking for movement through the body, stretching out, especially through the sides of the body. Just reaching the elbow, try not to lean forward, keep everything nice and tall. And just gently moving side to side. Just feeling the benefit of that stretch into the side of the body. One more to each side. Inhale away. And again, just release those arms down. We're going to take a full stretch over the top, lean into the supporting arm, just stretch, keep that seat bone down, push that hip down into the mat as we reach over and then draw everything back. And the other side, stretch, reach over, good, and come all the way back and gently coming round onto all fours. You can just swing those hips around any way you want to. Again, just being mindful, moving gently with the body. Now we're just going to keep the hips over the knees, shoulders over the hands here. Keep the elbows soft, push the shins down into the mat, lengthen through the crown of the head, reaching the crown of the head away, lengthen the neck, tuck that tailbone slightly, lift the abdominals slightly. On an exhale breath, we're just going to scoop everything up, drawing everything up, not too much tension on those abdominals. Remember, we're trying to release. And inhale, coming all the way back to neutral, sticking the tailbone out behind you, and again, exhale breath, just moving through this curved spine position. Good, and we can come slightly past neutral, lift the gaze in the chest. And again, exhale breath. Inhale, reaching the crown of the head away. One more here. All the way past neutral, and then gently bring everything back into neutral. Send those hips back, take a stretch through the body, reach those arms away, reaching those arms forward, and just find that nice stretch relaxation here. And then just curling your way back up, all the way back up. We're going to tuck those toes under, send those hips up towards the ceiling again, just finding a nice stretch here in the legs. You can just bend those knees, alternating as you just stretch the arms back, stretch the back of the legs. Good, and then just gently walk those feet in as far as they'll go. You can bend the knees as much as you want to, and then we're going to come down to a seated position. Coming all the way down into seated. Let's come to the front of the mat first. Make sure you've got some mat behind you. Hips, feet, knees in line. Just again, thinking about lengthening through the body. Just gently draw the abdominals in as we rock back over that tailbone, holding on to the knees as we exhale back, and then inhale just brings us up to that tall posture again. So we exhale, just gently scoop through the center of the body, gaze inwards, and then inhale, sit tall, open the shoulders at the front, so you're opening those collarbones. Exhale back, nod the chin towards the chest but not resting, gaze inwards, and then inhale, sit tall, and again exhale, inhale, sit tall. Just really finding that curve through the spine. As you hold onto those knees as well, allow the back of the shoulders to stretch, nod the chin in, pull the shoulders down the body, and inhale, sit tall. Exhale, just rocking back, keeping the feet, the knees, the hips nice and still. So just working through. One more here, exhale back. And inhale, sit tall. Lengthen through the crown of the head, and we're going to go all the way down onto the mat this time. So if you need to, you can support the body with the hands on the legs and just gently, vertebrae by vertebrae, reaching down, lengthen away. So we're down on the mat. And just take a moment here, nice deep breath. Just making sure we've got the pelvis in neutral. You can just feel those hip bones there. Pelvis nice and neutral. Tailbone pushing down into the mat. Slight curve in the lower back. And just take a moment to scan the body. Find where it feels uncomfortable, or maybe you've got a little bit of tension in those abdominals. Just try and allow them to relax. And when you're ready, place the fingertips down towards the heels. Draw the shoulders down into the mat. Draw the back of the ribs down. Pelvis stays in neutral. Slight engagement through those abdominals. We're just going to take a lift. Exhale, lift one knee. Inhale down. Just walking those legs. Exhale, lift. Keep the tailbone down. The pelvis in neutral. Exhale, lift. Inhale down, no massive amount of pressure here, just walking those feet. Just be mindful, keep the feet, knees and hips on the same line. So try not to let the knees kind of shift over. Draw the chin in, lengthen the back of the neck, reach those fingertips down, and just find that nice lengthened posture as you're walking those legs. Good, let's keep going here. A couple more, just loosening those hips. We tend to find we can get tension in the hips. Tension around the side of the hips, the glutes, the lower back, the abdominals. Good, and just float both knees into tabletop. Both knees up, and just hold on to those knees there for a moment. Knees are over the hips. We're going to squeeze the knees and feet together. The arms are going to come slightly further out, just lower than the shoulders. Draw the abdominals in, and very gently tuck the chin in towards the chest, lengthen the back of the neck. Inhale, we're just allowing those knees to slowly fall to one side, keeping both shoulders down, keep the gaze up towards the ceiling. Exhale, just roll them back. Small pendulum knee. Inhale over, exhale back. Try and keep the pelvis in neutral as it comes back. So try not to let the knees come towards you. Inhale over, exhale back. And you're in control here. The range of movement is entirely up to you. So you inhale, you don't have to go very far to feel this nice stretch through the lower back. strengthening the oblique and those abdominal muscles, drawing that tummy button down. Inhale over, exhale back. Good, and we're just going to place the feet down onto the mat, and this time gently take the knees all the way over, so you can allow the shoulder to lift. Take those knees as far as they want to go now. So you really kind of let the body turn and just lie onto one side. We're going to turn the gaze away from the knees and push that hand away, encouraging the shoulder and ribs gently on an exhale breath, down towards the floor. Don't worry if they don't hit the floor, just hold that stretch, so we're pushing the hips and knees one way, and we're just gently twisting through the waist, gazing away, find that stretch through the lower back, the hip. Hold there for as long as you need to. And when you're ready, exhale. We're going to draw everything back to center. Keep the knees and feet together as we rock those knees over to the other side. You'll see better this side. The shoulder lifts as those hips twist over. Keep the knees together. On the exhale breath, draw the abdominals slightly in, reach, turn the gaze away and reach through the hand, encouraging the shoulder and the ribs down towards the mat, but keeping the hips and knees reaching away, and just take a moment there to find that stretch. And when you're ready, exhale, just draw everything back up. Everything comes back up. Good, and just slide those hands down towards the feet. We're going to draw those knees in and just give them a nice big hug. Give them a really big hug. Just relax the jawline, relax the neck. Good, and when you're ready, we're just going to roll up to seated or push yourself to seated any way that you want to. Just coming all the way up. We're going to take one stretch here where we just lengthen those legs away. If you've seen any of my other videos, you'll see forward stretch is something that I love to incorporate into my workout. So just sitting up nice and tall, lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, nod the chin down towards the chest, rolling down, reaching those arms. Inhale, reaching forward. Scoop those abdominals back and just tuck the chin. Allow the body to curve over the legs, still lifting through those abdominals. Just hold here for a breath. Just gently pressing those knees away, drawing the shoulders down the back. And when you're ready, exhale, we restack all the way up, lengthen through the crown of the head, nice and steady. Good, and we're going to finish back on all fours. Just holding that position there. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Just lengthen away, gaze down to the floor. Just gently scooping through the center of the body there. Exhale back to the start position. Exhale, we curve into the spine. Gaze inwards, in towards the tummy button. And then inhale, lengthen, reach the tailbone away. Compass neutral. Raise the gaze slightly, lift the chest. And again, exhale, breath. And inhale, reaching away. Good, exhale, breath. This time, keep that C curve through the spine and just shift the weight back. Sending those hips back as far as they want to go, keeping that curve through the spine. And then when you get there, we're going to stick the tailbone out, reach the arms further away, and then draw the shoulders down the back. Slide those shoulders down the back as you come back up. Exhale, scoop everything up. Let's take this into a bit of a flowing movement now. Coming all the way down, reach the tailbone away. Reach through the hands, slide the shoulders back. Good, and again, exhale, scoop Sitting back with those hips. Opening out through the front of the chest. Pulling forward. One more here. Exhale, scoop. Nice flow movement here. Just making sure everything is mobile, everything is stretching, and then just come back to that nice neutral position. We're going to tuck the toes underneath. We're going to send those hips up as we did at the beginning, and just gently walk through the back of the legs. Just really gently bending those knees, allowing those hips just to open and release. Good, and then just bend both knees together, send the chest towards the legs, and then stretch everything out. Bending in. And this time, walk those hands back, And gently, when you're ready, just start to lengthen through the back of the legs. Lift gently through those abdominals. Restacking the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way up. Good, and again, exhale, nod the chin, let's roll all the way down. And this time, inhale, breath. Exhale, roll up. Good, and just taking those breaths to finish again. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, open the chest. And again, inhale, reach. And exhale, one more here. Inhale, reach. And exhale, restack through the spine. Roll those shoulders back. And I hope you are feeling relaxed and stretched and ready for your day.